Morning.
Morning.
We're on our way to London for the day.
That there, London. Technology.
Good morning, life. Good morning, sun. How are you? Skies above. Gee, it's great to be alive and love. Good morning, sun. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sun. How are you? Skies above. Gee, it's great to be alive and love.
We did that like with all the
Good morning, sun.
This is Tony and Marinda, our besties over from Texas. You may remember them from our trip to Amsterdam where we met up with them for the weekend last year. They have recently retired and are planning to spend their time travelling. Their first trip is a train journey around Europe. They're following this up with a Moroccan adventure, then heading back stateside to explore more over there. They're going all in. They've sold their Texas home and have just bought a huge new truck and a luxurious fifth wheel. Just look at this thing. It's like an apartment on wheels. The first leg of their US road trip will take them from Texas to Vermont, which is over 2,000 miles. Then in autumn, or fall as they call it, they'll continue south from Massachusetts to South Carolina. We're so jealous, but so happy for them to retire and start living their lives travelling on the road. Hopefully, we'll fly over and meet up with them at some point on their travels.
I've been to Russell Square, but I've never been on this road and seen the tube station.
Right, and you've
What
seen
a
this
beautiful
building
thing.
there? Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah.
Huh? Architecture here, just taken in London. It's gorgeous, isn't
Beautiful. It's got a ballroom. Fancy going and doing a foxtrot. I've been through Russell Square quite a few times in the past, and in the corner we've found something I've never seen before. It is a history board with lots of photos and information about famous residents and famous visitors. Oscar Wilde had his last night in London here, T.S. Eliot's on here, and even the Beatles. There's some really incredible women on here as well. Emmeline Pankhurst and Bessie Gunn, who was a burlesque dancer and Irish opera singer, resided in this area too.
So I watch a YouTuber called Tom the Taxi Driver from time to time, and he's told us about these green buildings behind me. They were evolved in 1875, I believe, and there's 13 of them dotted throughout London. This one's on Russell Square, but they were made so taxi drivers, hackney carriage drivers, could come and get a cup of tea and something to eat. But they're also accessible by the public if you use that little window in the side there.
This is Strippy, man.
Okay, behind me is Foyles, which used to be the largest bookshop in the world. We're popping into a Wetherspoons, and as you know, Wetherspoons took over some really interesting buildings. They've got some fantastic ones. This is the Montague Pike. This was originally set up as the Marquee Club.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
We sat and chatted for an hour or so over a couple of glasses of wine, and they told us that they were booked onto the immersive Van Gogh experience at 3 p.m. So Lindsay tried to book us on, and it said it was full. So we figured, hey, we'd go with them and see if we could get in. We headed out of the pub and straight to the Elizabeth line, where we jumped on a tube. And Lindsay, having had a couple of glasses of wine, was loosening up and doing some of her stretchy yoga, which incidentally she'll be launching and doing some classes at the Campervan Campout Festival next weekend. We got off at the iconic Liverpool Street station, headed up the many flights of escalators.
What a beautiful station. I absolutely love the Victorian style station.
And took a 5-minute walk to the Van Gogh experience.
So the Van Gogh experience, when you go to book online, is fully booked for today, except we've come and we've paid on the door and it's brilliant.
We entered the experience where we were immediately greeted with a sample of Japanese flower tea. We then wandered around, stopping to take in some of the videos they had on and then reading about the life of the artist. We took in more audio and video experiences, admired some of his paintings. It was tiring, so I tried to have a lay down, but Lindsay woke me up.
You're right there, love.
There's plenty to see here. You can even try colouring in your own Van Gogh painting too.
Here you go, my study in Crayola. We've done art. And it was so much fun.
Right.
You then enter the final room and the best part of the experience, where there's lots of deck chairs laid out for you to sit back and enjoy the full surround sound and video experience. So there it is, guys, the Van Gogh or the Van Gogh experience. If you're into your art and you've got a couple of hours spare, definitely worth a visit.
I've got a teapot to put my tea bags on.
We had a little mooch around Spitalfields Market before jumping into Hamilton Hall's Wetherspoons for a bite to eat and another glass of wine, of course. We'd had a fab day in London with Tony Mirinda, but we had to bid them farewell before going down the escalators and jumping on the underground again to get back to Euston and then jumping on the train back to Milton Keynes.
Where are all the scooters? They should be here.